Hi, I'm Barry, this is Mega City Gaming, and this is a terrain build for Strontium Dog or Wasteman or any other post-apocalyptic wasteland environment. Actually, because today is the first day of the Gorgasm Arena Kickstarter, which is obviously an arena combat game set in the Wasteman universe. And I've played a prototype version of it, and that was really fun. I screwed up the rules. You can probably see the video if you go back and look. You probably see it, probably. So the rules obviously have changed, even though I screwed them up. So. But definitely worth a look. Definitely worth a look. Fast, simple, fun, crazy. Gonzo, bananas. Wow, that looks a lot better, actually. And it's, I guess, semi-sealed. Semi-sealed, if that's even a word. Yeah, semi-sealed. Right. I've found some bits of MDF, and I'm going to put them together to form kind of a box, and then stick them there, and then have a pipe coming out there going into the box. Job done. Yeah, right, so sticking the box together, obviously MDF, so obviously white glue. I'm going to use my spreader that I used a minute ago for the white paint, and put it all the way along. Right. Stick it on, push it down, wipe off the excess with your carrot fingers. Your carrot fingers. And yep, if you do what I did and break it, then just stick it back together. That's the thing about white glue, it takes a while to dry, so you've got plenty of time to mess about. There you go, that's one side. I'm going to do one side at a time. And then I'm going to stick that on, and I'm going to put, just because this is easy to cut, this is from a garden centre kind of thing. It goes in the bottom of plant pot trays, super cheap, very easy to cut. You can cut it with scissors, or you can cut it with the cutter knife. So I'm going to stick a bit of that on each end, just because it's easy to get the right size using that. And because I'm using plastic and MDF, I'm going to probably have to use super glue for that. Right, so I'll get done making that little box. I made the box. There we are. Obviously I'm going to paint this separately so I can get all up inside. Next, the pipe work. I've got this old bit of sprue. It's worth keeping your bits of sprue. I've got a whole box of sprue bits. Chairman Mao there. Right. And this is going to come out, and the good thing about this bit of sprue, it's got these kind of circles here which can be dials, pressure dials, indicators. Right, I'm going to cut this here because if we turn it that way, this fits in there, and these fit in there. So kind of like that. Can you see that properly? Can now. Right. Okay, that's the idea anyway. That texture paint's still not dry, so I don't want to mess about too much with the well part at the moment. But this is quite a good fit. So I'm going to tidy this up a bit, make it more like a smooth pipe. Smooth pipe. I might put some more pipe work coming out of that, or something. Also, at the moment you can see through that. You can see I might put some plastic inside there so you can't see through it. Even better than that, I found some bits of card or MDF, super thin MDF. It might as well be card. Again, from the sprue, which means I can use white glue just to stick that on, and I'm going to put these inside. So I just need to cut them to roughly the right size and stick them inside, which is what I'm going to do right now. Alright, there you go. I stuck bits of card inside, and yeah, it kind of blocks a little bit, and it'll be painted all black inside anyway, so there you go. This thing, it's pretty much stuck in there anyway. I haven't glued it, don't think I need to. It's not going anywhere, it's quite stiff. Right, let's stick this to the base. Let's finally commit. I'm ready for the next stage of the relationship right here. So let's commit. I tells you, using white glue. Using the white glue. Don't have enough. Use the white glue. There you go. And that's probably too much, but whatever. Right, spreading it all over. Doesn't matter if you get stuff leaking out the side, that is absolutely fine. Absolutely fine, I tells you. Because we're going to be hot gluing inside some water effect or whatever, might be toxic sludge. Right, I'll stick that there, let that dry a bit. Is that in the right place? Yes, that is absolutely beautiful. You know what, I'm just going to stick this on too. Going to commit to sticking that on right now, because I did think, oh, I'll paint that and I'll paint this separate and it'll be easier, but yeah, no, actually scrap that. What I'm going to do, I'm going to paint the inside of this black and then stick it on. Wow, wise. So here goes. I'm using was it Chaos Black, circa 1982, back when Citadel did reasonably sized pots of paint, and I'm literally just painting everything inside. You're using paint from the pot, you say. Pot's nearly empty, mate. Just the bit at the bottom, that's why. And weirdly, right, this is circa 1985 paint, right? hasn't dried out. Yeah, circa 2018 paint, Games Workshop, already drying out. Yeah, just saying. Fact. Just saying. Yeah, not judging. I'm not here to judge. Maybe I am. He's a judgmental fella, that one. Yeah. Yeah, damn straight. Right. So as well as the inside, I'm going to do a bit of the outside as well, because I'm not going to be spraying. I'm not going to be spraying this, unfortunately. Wish I could. But the thing is, with blue foam, pink foam, green foam, any of these foams, even if you leave a little itty bit of blue foam exposed and you get spray on it, the whole thing's going to melt. Literally, it's a chemical reaction. It'll just turn into liquid. So unless you're really confident that every square millimeter even, is covered with PVA glue or whatever you use to seal it, then yeah, it's going to bloody melt, mate. So I'm not going to put all this work in and then have the whole thing turn to liquid. Not on my watch. Does mean I can't top coat it either. Probably. That's a bit of a risk that maybe I'm willing to take. I'm not sure. We'll see how it turns out, yeah. Right, I've done the inside. You can't see what I'm doing, can you? I've done the inside. Now, if you look at the outside, I'm going to do these channels as if I had sprayed it black. Just imagine I'd sprayed that black, and then all that would be black inside. Yeah, like my soul. Yeah, bit of cat hair. Let's get a bit closer so you can see. I keep forgetting, I get carried away, right? You know what it's like. Get carried away, completely oblivious to what's going on. And I've done that a couple of times. I started with my Strontium Dog miniatures. I started making a painting video, and then I stopped it because I had to go to work. And then I came home and I finished painting them and I forgot to video it. And then subsequently decided that I'm not good at painting miniatures anyway. So apart from a couple of very quick, like, explanations of how I did certain things, like the basing and stuff like that, I'm not gonna you know, make painting videos of miniatures, because there are so many much better people out there doing the same thing. So, you know, even though I have yet to see a Strontium Dog miniature being painted on YouTube, the techniques are the same whether you're painting that or anything else, really. Right, I'm trying to get getting stuck to this thing. Still, the super glue is still a little bit wet because it's Gorilla Glue and it's gel type, so it takes a little bit longer to dry, and I did spread it out quite thick. Right, let's get in all the corners. Right, and then I've got to do the end parts. these parts, because I'm just going to overbrush the detail on these kind of mesh parts, because you don't want to get paint in the gaps. Well, I don't anyway. It's not the kind of guy I am. So I'm just painting there, blacking out the bits that are inside, and that's done. That is done. That is nearly done. It's done. Right, that looks cool. Now I'm going to stick it on, because the rest of it I can just paint pretty easily without any spray or anything like that, anything potentially dangerous like spray. Right, just cleaning my brush and giving you a running commentary of my actions, and then we're going to white glue that puppy onto the base. So white glue the old crate, let's call it a geothermal cooling box. Yeah, something like that. Stick it on. There we go. Yeah, that's fine. Wipe off the excess, although it doesn't matter because we're going to be putting stuff all around it, all around the houses. So just carrying on, I have a bag of, maybe you can't see it, it's mulch, it's bark, basically tree bark, and like I said, I nicked it, and this is cork from wine bottles and such like, which I chopped up, and we're going to be putting that on the base. So let's start with a bit of mulch and get a few bits out. Mulch is good because a bark is obviously flat, and it's layered as well, like, kind of like an onion, and so you can, and it's easy to work with, you can break it and stuff like that, and it sticks with white glue, so everyone's a winner. And you can split it because it stratifies in layers, so you can just like split it like that, so you end up with a thinner layer. Hot glue, because I'm impatient. This is still drying, the texture paint is still wet. It's probably a really bad idea. Also, I realised what I should have done before I stuck it all on and everything, before I stuck the well on. Draw around the inside of the well, so we've got the shape of the inside of the well, hot glue directly onto the base, and then stick the well on. Too late for that now, so I'm just going to try and put some border effects inside the well using the hot glue as is, and I'm going to have to take the stand off because I need to get all up in there, so don't do this at home, or do it at home, but don't blame me. Right, okay, so I'm just squeeze, and I'm letting gravity get it down to the bottom of the well, trying not to get it on the walls. And yeah, you can't see what I'm doing. Okay, let's try again. There we go. Right, I can't actually reach the bottom of the well, so I am literally just drizzling hot glue into the bottom of the well, and it's settling into a nice liquid-esque shape, and I'm turning the well so I get decent coverage of the bits that I missed. Awesome. I'll show you what it looks like in just a second. Just a moment, just a moment, just a moment. Right, making sure it goes all the way to the edges, otherwise it's going to look like hot glue. There you go. Right, we've got the old pizza cheese phenomena. There we are. Yeah, and that's kind of turned out a bit, it's kind of settled into a nice flat thing. Right, I noticed a bit where it's not right up against the edge, so I'm going to fix that right now. There we go. Hey. And once again, getting all, yeah, when that dries I might have to pull that bit out. Alright, let's go around the edge one more time, making sure I got everything covered. There we go, and go. Yeah, that's the thing about hot glue. You get like strands of hot glue. You know, like when you get pizza and stuff, you've got cheese on it, and you pull a slice of pizza, and the cheese just doesn't stop stretching. But I think that is it. It does look a bit bubbly, not as in it's got bubbles in it, as in it's not flat, because it was flat, the first layer was flat, and I went in and I did another layer to get it all up against the edge. So yeah, it's going to look like it's boiling or frothing or something. So yeah, that's cool. And now I'm going to let the whole thing dry and then pull out those strands. Right, we're back at it. So I've got a pipe coming out of here, and I've got a bucket. Get me a bucket. So this pipe isn't stuck on at all, and it's made of a drinking straw. Remember those? The old plastic drinking straws? Well, they still have them in Japan. It's like being in the 50s, but anyway. So it's a plastic drinking straw. Super glue probably won't stick this kind of plastic. White glue might keep it in place. So I got a bit of green stuff, a bit of Tamiya putty, and I'm going to stick that in there. So I've decided that this well, it's going to be all green and mucky in there, and the water coming out is going to be all nice and clean and naturally blue. So this is going to be like a water purifying thing. Right, okay. So a little bit of, I say green stuff, it's not green at all, is it? Putty, and a bit of drinking straw. Just shove it shove it in there, and it won't stay until it's dry. And if it does pop out, there's a lot of surface area with the green stuff, so it'll be much easier to stick it in with white glue. So white glue can stick pretty much anything if there's enough surface area and it's not something that's going to be like grabbed or wiggled about. There you go. But yeah, for the purposes of this, I'm using yeah, what's it called? Putty. And I'm going to stick the bucket down there. So for plastic to wood, what do I need? Let's use green stuff again. So a pea-sized piece of green stuff is doing pretty well. Right, let's just stick that down there, push it down. There we go. Bit of green stuff sticking out. That is absolutely fine. Just mould it a little bit to the surface. Right, okay, what else we got? We got a square piece of plastic. This is going to be a sign. I'm going to put a sign. Put a sign on the well, and probably some kind of biohazard warning or something like that. So plastic to blue foam. How do we stick that? Well, I don't really know, but let's try green stuff. We'll see if that sticks. Right, we don't want it sticking out the top too much because it might get knocked and go flying off. So we'll stick it on the side, push it down. Alright. There we go. And could even have it at an angle. Let's have it at an angle like it's seen better days or been put up by a mutant in the dark on a rainy day. There we go. Right, what else we got? We have got cartwheel, because no post-apocalyptic terrain, especially in Strontium Dog or something like that, is complete without a cartwheel. So let's stick a cartwheel on there somewhere. Yeah. There, you reckon? Leaning up against something. Leaning up against the water purifier, perhaps. Why not? Yeah. Right. Let's use super glue for that one, because I know this is from Tamiya. There was a box of, I think, 148 scale, maybe 156 scale plastic signs, which is where I got that bit of plastic from. But you can use any bit of plastic for signage. And there was a cartwheel in there and some lampposts and lots of transfers for stuff, signs in German. It's World War II kind of thing, signs and stuff. And I got it, and it's been pretty useful actually. I've used a lot of the stuff. Right, bit Bit of super glue there. Bit of super glue there. Bit of super glue there. Not on your fingers. Right, let's see how that sticks. Well, that was a fun build. I made it up as I went along. All the best stuff happens like that. Like, subscribe, comment below. Thank you very much.